Hello, 8th graders. The aim of this lesson is to revise the compound nouns. Use the vocabulary you have already learned in lesson 1. So today we're going to do exercises 1 and 2. And then we're going to talk about easily confused words. So let's begin from exercise 1. Okay. So in exercise 1, you need to join the words in brackets to make compound nouns. To complete the sentences, use a dictionary to check if the compound nouns are written as one or two words. So I'm going to give you some time to do exercise 6. I believe 5 minutes is going to be enough. So please pause the video and then we're going to check. So we have 6 sentences and we have an example as well. So the principle of doing this is you need to read the words in the brackets. For example, bed, bin, crisp, dust, flower, and packet. And we need to form a sentence out of it. Please put the crisp packet in the dustbin, not on the flower bed. So exercise 1, the sentence 1 should sound like that. Second one. Okay. Third one. Number 4. So as you may see, it doesn't matter, so you may switch those. The 5th one. And the last one. Exercise 2 is up next. You need to make 3 compound nouns for each of these words. Use a dictionary to help you. Okay, so the words with sun. The answers may differ because you may find another ones, but these are the ones that book suggests. For the word police. So the word car. And the word water. Book. That's it. So please check. And let's move on to the Learn This box. Homophones. An interesting words. You might easily confuse words sometimes in English because they might have several meanings, as you know. So a homophone has some pronunciation, the same pronunciation as another word, but a different spelling and meaning. For example, there and there, or see and see. The second example is better for me, for example, because I clearly cannot distinguish how I hear it, because it's the same. So the pronunciation is the same, see and see. But as you may see, so the spelling differs. Jura, Matita. So we have learned, read the Learn This box. Please find homophones of these words in exercises 1 and 2. And this part, right? 1 and 2. So you need to do exercise 1 from part 6.2. The words that we may easily confuse are flower and flower. Actually, they the spelling is different, but the pronunciation is different as well. Floor and flower. So week and week, the pronunciation differs slightly, but basically it's the same. New, well, I cannot distinguish, only the spelling. And sun and sun, the spelling differs, the pronunciation not so much. So the last exercise on page 132 in your student books is exercise 2. Circle the correct word. So we talked about homonyms. Try to find out which one is more suitable for exercise 2. Then I'm going to give you the answers. Flower, čia reiškia miltus. Plane, čia reiškia lėktuvą. Meet, susitikti. Be, nuogi, nepridengti. Cellar, rūsys. Heal, gyja. Peace, taika, ramybė šiuo atveju. Wrap, suvynioti. Whole, čia reiškia visas, pilnas, užbaigtas. You are, tu esi, juokaujantis. The second part of this lesson is we're going to work with the workbook. So open up your workbook on page 48. Crime at the manor. I was wondering whether you remember what this word means. Manor. It's like a mansion, a very old big house, usually an estate. So that's what the manor means. Exercise 1, you need to match the words and make a compound nouns. Sideboard, right? Exercise 2, you need to complete the sentences with materials. You need to know them by heart by now. Then exercise 4, you need to match a word from column A with the word from column B to make a compound noun. And then you need to complete the sentences. So let's try and check from exercise 1. These are the answers for exercise 1. Exercise 2. Materials. Exercise 4. Okay, so listen to a detective interviewing a man about a crime and complete the sentences with compound nouns.
Listening 21.
Would you like to tell me what happened, Mr. Hedges? Start at the beginning. Tell me everything you can remember.
Well, I was sitting watching TV. It was about 8 p.m. Suddenly, I heard my wife shouting from the bedroom upstairs. I ran upstairs and my wife was lying on the floor.
I see. I'm very sorry, Mr. Hedges, but I need to ask you a few more questions. Did you notice anything unusual?
Yes. My wife had her hairbrush in her hand, and the window was wide open. And there was a cigarette in the ashtray, still alight. My wife doesn't smoke.
Have you touched anything? We'll take the cigarette down to the station for tests. And we'll look for fingerprints on the windowsill. Did you notice anything missing?
Well, yes. The candlestick. There's usually a silver candlestick on the fireplace.
Thank you, Mr. Hedges. I think that's all for now. We'll be in touch shortly. Have you got any relatives who can come and stay?
Please listen to the story at least twice and do the exercise number 3. So the answers to exercise number 3 are these: hairbrush, ashtray, windowsill, candlestick, and fireplace. Now we've come to the part that I'm going to give you a homework for your third lesson of this week. I will ask you to create your own mystery story, crime story. Please use compound nouns from Unit 6A that we've talked about, and the story should not be very long. I believe about 20 to 30 sentences is going to be enough. Please use logically as many words as possible. I'm talking about compound nouns. Use the example in exercise 3 to help you a little bit. So instead of doing challenge, I will ask you to create a story, a mystery story, about a crime that happened. Use past tenses, please, and use compound nouns from the exercises in Unit 6A. Send me the story until, let's say, Monday. Alright, so you're going to have time to think about it and make it properly. I wish you good luck and hope to hear from you soon. Papildomai dar paaiškinsiu lietuviškai, galbūt tiems, kas nesuprato. Namų darbui aš jums šiek tiek pakeičiu challenge. Norėčiau, kad jūs man sukurtumėte istoriją apie kažkokį tai nusikaltimą, bet tokį subtilų, kad tai būtų mystery. Naudokitės pavyzdžiais iš dialogų, kuriuos girdėjote, iš pasakojimų, kuriuos girdėjote, kai darėme klausimą su jumis. Labai ilgo nereikia rašyti, užteks kokių 20-30 sakinių. Man atitinkamai reikėtų iš jūsų dviejų dalykų, kad panaudotumėte būtuosius laikus, turėtumėte, reiškia, papasakoti, kas įvyko, ir panaudotumėte sudurtinius daiktavardžius iš skyriaus 6A. Dėl ilgio istorijos galime žiūrėti šiek tiek lankščiai. Svarbiausia, kad būtų protingai panaudoti būtieji laikai. Ir norėčiau dar kartą kartoju compound nouns.